Welcome, my dear students, to your SST class. Today we will start a new chapter from the Civics, and that is chapter 7, Markets Around Us. So, what we will study in this chapter? The learning objectives of this chapter are the meaning of market means the concept of market, different types of market, buyer and seller. You must have visited a restaurant to eat with your family. From where do you think this type of restaurants buy their groceries and stocks? Where does your mother go for grocery shopping? Is there any differences in these types of market? So my dear students, we will discuss this type of queries through this chapter. Okay? You know that trading is not a new concept, as it has been there since ancient times. Man has been engaged in trading in some form or the other. Trading began with the barter system, in which goods were exchanged for goods. Later, with the introduction of currency, goods were exchanged in return for money. So, the place where goods are bought and sold is called a market. So, the meaning of market is a place where the goods are offered by the sellers in exchange for money from the buyers. It establishes a link between the producer and the consumer. So, the next question is why we go to the market? We go to the market to buy everyday essentials, comfort goods, and luxury goods. In other words, we purchase staples, apparels, footwear, housekeeping items, home appliances, stationery, artifacts, etc. from the market. The kinds of markets we visit for our basic needs and comfortable living include weekly markets, neighborhood shops, shopping complex, and malls. The profit earned by the different markets varies. It depends on the type of investment made by the seller and buying capacity of the customer. Customer means we. In present times, goods are also sold by online marketing and home delivery. Okay. So now we are going to discuss the first classification of market, and that is weekly markets. A weekly market is held on a specific day of the week. Permanent shops are not there in weekly markets. Traders set up a shop for the day and in the evening they close it. They set up the shops in another location in the next day. In India, there are thousands of such shops. This cater to the everyday requirement of these people. Remember, my children, the weekly markets have some prominent features like cheaper rates. So these shops are not permanent, already we discussed. They save on expenses such as rent, electricity and fees to the government. Next prominent features is family run. The shop owners store the items they sell at home. Mostly they are helped by the family members and do not employ outside people, and hence also save the money spent on wages to the workers. High competitions. Since these markets have a large number of shops selling the same item, there is a high competition among them. Hence, if a seller changes a higher amount for an item, buyers will buy from another seller who either charge a lower rate or allows the buyer to bargain into some extent. So, cheaper rates, dependency on family, and high competition among the other seller. ये है weekly markets का prominent features. Our next classification is neighborhood markets. Neighborhood shops are convenient for the public as they are open daily, and various products are available at different shops. Many shops are permanent and some are temporary like hawkers and vendors. Neighborhood markets also are having some advantages just like proximity. As the name suggests, these shops are in our neighborhood and hence close to our homes. Open all days. These shops, unlike weekly markets, operate on all days. Hence, we can go for our purchases on any day of the week at our convenience. Okay. Next feature is flexibility. Since goods on credit also, hence payment can be made later also. In other words, there is a flexibility regarding payment. मतलब आपके पास अगर पैसे नहीं हैं, आप अब शॉपकीपर को अगर जानते हो, देन द शॉपकीपर आपको वो जो प्रोडक्ट है और गुड्स है ये दे सकते हैं क्रेडिट पे. ओके. नेक्स्ट वन, पर्सनल टच. Since the buyer and seller know each other, the transaction has a personal touch to it. It is not a purely commercial transaction. So my dear students, that's enough for today's class. We will discuss the remaining part of this chapter in our next class. Till then, bye. Take a very good care of yourself and happy learning.